Okay, so welcome back to class, everybody. We're now taking a deep dive into He-Man. So it is one of these cartoons that they also have a comic book strip to it, and the work is just so incredible. So I just want to bring this to your attention.
The Masters of the Universe! I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull!"
So what is it to say, for example? It is to really say you gotta hang out with those people that you necessarily don't like. Because why? Because you could like them because they are looking up to you too much. You could not like them in ways they are complimenting you. So for example, I necessarily don't like Hikaru's videos. I was watching all his videos and then I didn't like Hikaru all that much, his videos. But then I stuck with it, and then what I tell myself, I'm like, it's just a Japanese person in love with a Chinese person. Hikaru is so in love with me, that's why I don't watch his videos. So does that make sense? It's but I just watch it because it's a Japanese person in love with a Chinese person. Is probably how every Japanese person feels towards me.
Cringer became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. Our friends, the Sorceress, Man-at-Arms, and Orko. Together, we defend Castle Grayskull from the evil...
So then, you gotta find resentment funny. As we're develop selves. It's let's say Metro Booming hangs out with one of these people that have resentment clearly, and they're like, wow, you sure are famous. If I was really famous, I would buy people pizza right now. Before, you could have been like, wow, I don't want to hang out with this person because the resentment is too heavy. But nowadays, it's that's actually so fun. You gotta find resentment funny.
Forces of Skeletor.
I can't find the sword.
These guys are talking dinner here.
The sword's gone, Cringer. I can't become He-Man without it.
Watch it. This is my only suit.
So then, once upon a time in high school, there was this big fight that broke out. It was this one big black guy versus an Afghan guy, or a Farsi guy and his dad. And so the black guy was standing up, and then these people were shorter. They were half his height, so then they were standing on the bleacher, and they were just throwing fists. So they were throwing down, he was throwing up. And then, so eventually, people broke up the fight, and then the black guy was bleeding from the top down, and he's I go to the school, you better not see me find you. And then he gets expelled. And then the very next day, the other guy, the Farsi guy, was just running laps around the track. And then I looked at it and I was just it's just too much. That was just way too much to get in a fight. And then that person says, just out of respect or something. It's what they say, your enemies have more to prove to you So then it's like the way of men where it's like the person you get in a fight with probably just ends up as your friend. So then it was just so interesting to see that. And then like I see this person in the hallway after. He's like talking to this girl, and he's like getting too close to this girl, like touching below her waist and stuff like that. And then it's so interesting because that person looked like he was like 38 or something. So I just imagine that person playing basketball against Thomas and Taylor Smith. Like, so we're just like high school people. All of a sudden, this 38-year-old that's supposed to be in the NFL, supposed to be in the NBA, starts dribbling a basketball against people. So then I never thought about that person that was too unfair in basketball.
We've got to warn the others.
Battle Cat, where are you when I need you?
In here. This'll slow down those slime monsters.
Who needs He-Man?
So then, like, one thing like about my demeanor or something, it's like I've been in a fight before, or at least I've been like thrown to the ground. I've been kicked in the stomach in middle school. So like there's just like some school, and then like some fight breaks out, and then people are just riled up. But then more so, people are making sure you're not ghetto. You know, like they're making sure you're not touching Zainab on the hand and then removing her hijab to smell her hair, or like some weird thing. So then I'm just walking home. I get thrown down. All I see is someone's black boots. Like it's my older brother's friend. I'm like, what the hell's happening? And they just kicked me in the stomach. And I'm like, ah. And then, I don't know. This was like a fight that happened because some other fights broke out, and then like all these other fights are happening, and then all these other fights are happening. So then somewhere I just got thrown and kicked, and then, you know, why? Because someone's sister goes to school.
They're still coming.
There's no way out. There's no way out. There's no...
So just like, I'm adding to the thing where it's like, you get 70 TSUs. Let's say you're doing Rogers sales. You get 30 TSUs just by yourself. So then you have like 2 people on your team. They do 20 TSUs. So then, I did the math, and it was like, it's 14K for that rotation. So then, when do you need to be wired your yearly salary of 41K? Chances are you don't ever need someone to wire you 41K. When should you want to pursue a wire of 14K? As long as it takes, probably. So like, I was going door to door, and like, people are just like doubting it, or like there's so much skepticism, like, is this worth it? And then like, the thing about like calculations, it's like when you multiply your amount of TSUs times 230, the payout, it's like high alching in RuneScape, where it's like the high alch is 38K. So you're taking whatever sum you did times 230. So then I went door to door for like 2.5 years. And then this 2.5 years, I lost my team. And then Mikhail was like, okay, like this is a regular schedule programming. You just have to rebuild, start again with trying to get 1 liter. And then I went back and it's like it's time to hit the field. I go back to my office and I start breaking down, I start crying, and then I almost like faint. I'm crying, and then I like grab my table because I almost faint. Like we just did 200 TSUs, like 190, and then like 170, and then 150. But then summer students they start going back to school, and then it gets boring. Like in the fall, it's just like it was like me and Kelly driving to the field, and then Kelly leaves, and then I'm just like fainting, grabbing my table. I'm just like, whoa, I can't believe like I just have to rebuild and then do whatever I did times 3, like another 5 years. Another 5 years of earning like 20K. But then like I'm just trying to like instill people like a leer where it's like going door to door trying to get that manager promotion is just worth like 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Because I'm thinking about like a park. I'm thinking when you're at a park and then like your door to door team is doing really well after many rebuilds, and then you get that wire and it's like 14K. If they're consistent, then it's like 14K. And then like if you can consistently train a team to do 70 TSUs and you're not even in the field and you're getting wired 14K, I bet that 14K and then like that 14 and that 14, that would be worth like 8 years of like knocking doors. So people do this all the time. They go from their house in East York, Scarborough, or Pickering. They go down to the John. They go down to the John in Toronto, and then there are usually team nights and business meetings, as long as you're willing to listen to pyramid schemes.
No, you must go back. You banished Dark Dream.
As you can see, I'm back.
So I'm like, there's a couple songs you need to know. Hey Nikki, you so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Nikki, hey Nikki. And then the Pink Panther theme. So then as we are hanging out with people that we usually don't hang out with, more so we're hanging out with people that are oozing weakness. Turns out they're just complimenting you like crazy. People with resentment, people that are ghetto, and then we're like drawing L's in the air. We're speaking in mind. Oh, that's a L.
How did you escape the Chamber of Darkness? I sealed it myself.
You will soon know.
You're under arrest.
I'm no longer your prisoner.
Help! Father, help! Help! Father, help!
So I was like recently thinking about what if I did like invisible basketball moves tutorial, and I could just like record myself doing invisible basketball moves. I could do it so soon. I pulled like my shoulder blade, and then it's like perversion towards men. So what if you know someone that thinks they're attractive already? So you text them, hey, let's hang out, and then they do a pompadour just like Justin Bieber, and then they say that you think they're hot. How do you deal with these people? All you need to know is it's called perversion towards men. And no one will appreciate it. So, what do we do if we're hanging out with people like that? We just let them be, and then you just notice like people that repels people naturally. This person, they're gonna walk around and you realize like people are deliberately avoiding them, and then they'll catch themselves, and then they're just going to have to change the way that they're behaving.
What a horrible dream that was.
It was just a dream. Oh. Wake up, Cringer. Cringer, you're having a nightmare.
Point me at those slime monsters.
Slime monsters? Hey, I was having the same dream.
There haven't been any slime monsters on Eternia
Since Dark Dream was sealed in his chamber. Come.
In terms of basketball, I think everyone needs a sham god. Is where you just push it out and then you just retrieve it with the same hand. And then a scoop layup. So like I do a sham god. Let's say I do it on my left side. I push it out. I dribble it back with my left hand. And then I flip my hand under the ball. I step, and I use my body to shield, and then I shoot it up. So I do a sham god scoop. So then the NBA just needs a sham god. You need a scoop layup instead of always picking it up with two hands. And then just like shielding the ball.
Come on, Cringer. Dark Dream's coming back.
We know.
He gave all of us nightmares.
It's like what
Not
they
only
say
is-
in the NBA. Never lose balance doing a spin move. So I'm watching people do spin moves, and it's like you're losing balance doing a spin move. I'm to do an invisible spin move. I dribble. It's kind of like dribble off like 2 feet. I pick it, and then I could lay it in, or I can do something like the Kobe, where I pump fake and then just draw closer to the net and lay it in. You don't want to lose balance doing a spin move.
Dark Dream returning, but his powers are stronger than ever.
It's to say, like, I would have a wider base. So I'm watching LeBron with his open runs, he's dribbling, and then he's like spinning with such a small base that if someone like ran in front of LeBron, then she would go flying. I would dribble. I would do a spin move, but then I would then do like the Hakeem Olajuwon. Have such a wide base. So I would when I finish my spin move, I would have the option of just following through and laying it in, or I would have the option of then gathering and then just like doing a pump fake and then leading forward.
I hope they enjoyed their little nightmares. Now they will know I'm returning, and it is up to you to put Eternia into total darkness so I can leave these chambers.
Why have you...
So what do we know about He-Man? The storyline is so incredible. The artwork is so incredible. And then I was noticing Drake's concerts, and then like the crowd is just so quiet for some reason. And I'm thinking, did they mistake Drake for Young Drizzle? Like, I'm buying Drake, and then it's like, why aren't they performing the really good ones? The easy ones to rap that are just, they climax so fast. And then instead he's performing like non-stop. It takes a while for it to climax. I want the ones that just climax. And then they play them that just climaxes. So then it looks like people are being confused with young Drizzle. Dementia could be kicking in just like really soon for some people. It's as simple as this. What is the market cap of a coin? I was looking at XRP. Why don't I invest? Because there's risk. I don't want risk. I can easily say I'll buy now at $4. In 2 years it'll go to $8. But then, you know, if you click on the 5-day, it went from $2 to $3.50 to $3 to 2.9. Isn't that cholesterol? It's cortisol, the human stress hormone. So, I never want to incur risk at all. So then let's look at what is the market cap? How do we define a market cap? The market capitalization of a coin. So Bitcoin has a market cap. How do we find out how much of the industry did Bitcoin take up? It's as simple as this. You take the circulating supply times the price. Anyone with glasses should know this. The amount of circulation times the price equals the total amount. And I just double checked it with XRP and then I'm right. It's just like, it's like 17 billion circulating supply. Price of $4 and then market cap 80 billion. Like, think about it. Like, think it through. Really think it through and through and through. It's like, when you think it through enough, it is the easiest thing humanly conceptualized. The market cap of a stock is the circulating supply times the price per share. It is so easy. And then Bitcoin has a 3.3 trillion market cap. In what industry, everybody? That's right, technology. So then Bitcoin is competing with Apple. Bitcoin is competing with Tesla. Apple and Tesla are tech stocks. Bitcoin is also a tech stock. That's why you invest in it. You're investing in the halving of it. You know, if someone really sat me down and said, like, you're not understanding. Like, every 4 years, it just halves. 4 years later, as we're putting in our job income, it halves again. And then we're trying to catch this, and it just halves again. So then that is really good. A coin worth 165,000 USD is better than a $4,000 Ethereum. A coin 165K is better than 4K. It is so much safer and it keeps halving and it's the original. So it has like a longer historical record. And then but then you gotta understand that if it keeps halving itself, then it is a tech thing. It's a tech crypto. It's a tech stock that's competing against Apple and Tesla.
Who called me here? I haven't the power to dock in the Eternian sun.
Evelyn is right, my lord. It is an impossible task.
Impossible? Well, do it anyway.
So,
you know
here's something. It's like, let's say, like, Pamela once, she belittled me. She's like, I don't like your pyramid scheme thing. And then now, let's say she's a regional consultant. And she's getting wired by Rogers Telecommunications, like the ranked 30th largest company. And then she's like, what if someone says sorry to you? What do you do in that case? It's like, wow, you're so quick to forgive. It's like, why shouldn't you it's like, why shouldn't you look up to people? So, for example, it's just like, if someone came up to me and said, "Sorry, I thought you were in a pyramid scheme," and then I looked down on you, I don't acknowledge it. There's no point, because I have never looked up to anyone. And you should be the same way. There's no point in reaching out to apologize to someone, because that person should know to not look up to anyone. Then there'd be like errors. You know, it'd be wrong for Pamela to reach out and say sorry to Crystal, and then Crystal says it's okay. Like, that'd be so wrong on so many levels. So then, another one. Let's say someone says thank you. So someone says thank you for like, I only got the confidence to buy Bitcoin when you started your Twitter Spaces. But I thought about investing for a long time. But like, so then why don't we acknowledge thank yous? There's no point in like thanking someone either, because what someone can do, it means it is also what you can do. If that makes sense. So like, it's like, if someone came up to me and said, "You can be the world chess champion," then I would just say, "Congratulations." Then, like, you know, there's no point in telling someone else how they helped you, because then that just means you could have just helped yourself. So someone just saying something like, I looked at Bitcoin forever. When you started your Twitter Space, I then bought, because like you just gave me the confidence. So I think that just means like you could have just bought it. And then so someone says, "Wow, you are really good at chess. You know, you can be world chess champion." That just means what you see in others is what you saw in yourself first. So there's no point to reach out to someone to say you're sorry. There's no point to thank someone for you seeing it in yourself first. And like, interestingly enough, like, people know. like I have never went over to someone's house, apologized to them, or even thanked them ever. So, what's worse than adultery? You know, when I said cheating on your wife it will tear America apart from the inside. What's worse than that? Idolatry. Idol, A-T-R-Y. That's when you think people don't even put on pants. Michael Jordan puts on her pants one leg at a time. The same way you put on your pants one leg at a time. What you see in others, you saw in yourself first. So,
Can only live in darkness.
But my powers no longer work well on Eternia. They are too weak.
The sorceress saw to that.
And what about you, Evelyn?
It would take more power than mine alone.
There must be a way. Find it. Or that wand which gives you so much power will be returned to the black pools from which it came.
okay, and then, so I'm now like, on this jet, and Mikhail is taking me to Cancun, and then I meet her brother, and then she's this like person you've always dreamt of, you know, that blonde, long hair, black, hunchback, frail, but can really pull off a snapback. And then I once took to Twitter and I just said, Mikhail's brother, you look really good at judging to see if people got a Brazilian. And I just left it at that. That was basically like the first impression this person gave me. And that's all I had to say about this person. And it's to say, like, when I met that person, I have never seen someone have that much depression. That was so much depression. We're going on vacation. This person is 6 feet, hunchback, blonde hair, a black snapback backwards, black shirt. They're walking, and then for whatever reason, like, they just look so depressed. Like, I have never seen someone with that much depression, just like walking around, like. And then so somewhere I was walking, and then I took the tour, and I was just tweeting things like, I really had this cool team night where we were at Hibachi. Oh, and then this one time I met Mikhail's brother. He's really good at seeing if people got a Brazilian. And then